Hello everyone, my name is Nicoya, and I am out on my deck here on a beautiful sunny afternoon. Just check my audio levels here. And I am dealing with my cassette today. So this is my road bike cassette here, and I'm not going to try and spill it all over the place. But it is the Shimano 105 CS-5700, something or other, you probably can't read that. C5700. It's a 11 to 28, and it's a pretty common cassette, just at 105 level. And it has a problem. That problem is that it chews up my free wheel, the aluminum free hub on my wheels, which is not a good thing. And the reason it does that is that now the first three cogs here, they are I guess they're probably forged, but they have like a full width here. You have like the cog itself plus the ring as well, all in one piece, and then like you have the teeth inside where it grips onto the free hub. So these three, the 11, 12, and 13 are fine. They don't cause any issue because they have plenty of surface area to actually like go in and grab. They even like fit into each other. That's pretty cool. So yeah, you can see like if we line these up here, there is like full contact inside there for the teeth of the gears to fit onto the free hub. Not a problem. The problem comes in the next four, which are like a 14, and then a 15, and then, what is it now? It's like either a 16 or a 17. So it's probably like a 17 and a 19, isn't it? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it's a 19, so it'll be 17, 19. So the 14, yeah, in fact, these are all crappy. The 19 is okay. So the 19 has all the teeth on it. So you can see on the inside here that you have, you know, all your teeth here. You have the larger gap like right here. Everything's basically sane. On all the rest of these, they, for some reason, cut out 3 of the teeth. And it's really kind of bizarre. So it's like all 3 cogs here, it's like they don't have all the teeth, and so when you apply force to this, that means you have like 6 points instead of 9 points digging into the free hub, and plus the fact that it's, you know, wafer thin instead of like being a full thickness like the what was this one, the 12. You can see the difference there. The 12 has a full thickness, this one doesn't, and it relies on just like a plastic spacer. And then of course you have the spider for the larger gears, which is just fine because you have all 3 across, you know, that much thickness, and it engages nicely on these the center spider section. So that part's fine. So my understanding is that initially on a previous version of the cassette, might be like the 9-speed or something, they had a set of pins that would come from the spider, I think, and then they would go through these holes here, as well as the holes in the spacers, and then it would be riveted together. And so you would end up with these 4 cogs and these spacers and possibly the spider, I'm not sure, all as one solid unit. This model doesn't have that. I don't know why they switched it. They probably figured they could just get away with doing it cheaper. I don't know. Point is, it no longer has that, and it's really annoying because it chews up my free hub, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to try to pin this cassette, and I don't know if this is necessarily going to work or not. Get these in roughly the right order here. That's that one next. So this is going to be an adventure for the both of us. And what was it, 15? That was 14. Good. But I'm going to see how it works. I'm going to do an experiment with science, and then I'm going to report back and say, hey, did it work? Did it not work? Did it like explode on me? Did it do horrible things? Who knows, right? So to pin this, we need pins. And you say, well, how can I find pins? Like, what size even is the hole in here, right? Who the fuck knows? What I did was the silly, slightly simple thing. I said, hey, you know what? I got drill bits. I got drill bits in like 64th increments. Let's just fit which drill bit fits in here, and then I know what size of pin I need. And I thought to myself, Yeah, I go on McMaster or whatever. I try to buy like pin stock, rod stock, dowel stock, whatever. You get like a freaking like 2 feet of it, and it costs you $50. I'm not going to spend that. So what I did was I discovered that. Let me see. So the pin size for this specific cassette, I don't know what other cassettes are going to be, is for whatever reason 7/64. And so I got myself some. I'm going to focus. I got myself some cheap Chinese 7/64 titanium coated, yeah right, drill bits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these drill bits, which cost me like $7 for 10 of them, so like 70 cents each. And I'm going to put them in here, I'm going to chop them off, and I'm going to use those as pins. Oh my god, that grind on there. These are worth exactly 70 cents, let me tell you. In fact, does it even have relief angle? Geez, it's hard to tell. Like, you probably can't see that, but it is not exactly a grind to write home though. I would not want to try to drill with these. Anyway, drilling is not the point. The point is we are going to run these down here, and they're a little bit snug. So, but you can see it's going to fit through both the cog, and it's a little bit snug through the spacer, which is fine. So we're going to need to get 3 of these because we have 3 holes to fill, and we are going to need to mark them out for length. So that's why I got my lovely 1, 2, 3 blocks out here. And what I want to do is I'm going to try to like snuggle it up in the corner here. I want to make sure I'm on the 1, 2, 3 block, and actually, oh, that is super convenient. It is like just right where the coating ends off. Let me just double check, make sure these coatings are all the same length. That'll actually save me marking them, which will be nice. I can just like go onto the coating, and they look pretty similar, yeah. Yeah, so I should mention, the drill bits, the nice thing about these is that they are presumably high-speed steel. It's China, who knows. And those are pretty even. They might not be quite even enough for this. No, I should probably still mark these. They're high-speed steel, they're hardened. Now, if these drill bits are made correctly, China, they'll be very hard up at the tip and kneel down at the shank here. Given they're Chinese, we just hope that they're somewhat hard all the way through. Point is that they're not going to be so hard that they're going to shatter under load, hopefully, and they're not going to be so soft that they just bend out of the way or like get ground into by the, I mean, it's probably like cold rolled or something, steel of the cassette. So, alright, we'll Sharpie these and see how horribly inaccurate I can be about this. So I want this down at the bottom and line up to the, I mean, you can't really see this, but we're just lining this up, and we're going to Sharpie mark that, and that is going to be that. We'll do that 3 times, and drop one on the floor, because I'm cool. Excuse me. And then that is the 3rd. So that's going to get me in the ballpark. I'm going to grind these down a little bit afterwards, but this will get me started. What I'm going to do is I got my little zinc vise here. It's probably like some sort of alloy. I don't know. It's not a good vise, but the nice thing is I don't have to worry about it marring anything because it is a piece of shit. So I want to come up fairly tight on it, and if any part of this goes pinging across the yard, I want it to be the part I don't want to keep, which is the actual fluted part. So I'm going to put that on the outside of the vise. That's what that is. Brace myself a bit more. Some sparks flying now. Now I may try to notch and snap this, but I'm not sure yet. This might start getting a little tiny. And see, there's not that much room between like there and there, so we'll see what we can work with. already running into the end of the drill. Those Dremel bits, they'll get you. I'll give you a close up here. See how we're looking so far. So let me actually see what I'm looking at. So we're most of the way through, I'd say, and just need to do a little bit more buzzing on this. Try higher speeds. There we go. Now, goes in the garbage where it belongs, and this part gets buffed off a little bit. There is a very sharp end on that. Of course it's jammed up. Probably should have left it back a bit. There we go. Yeah, these collets are... it's a Dremel. Don't want to take too much off at first because I want to make sure that it's going to be long enough. So let's see. Yeah, we are looking pretty darn good. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit, but I'm going to do that after I push it in. So I'm going to continue on the next three. I'm going to do that off camera because you guys saw the first one. Now where the hell did that spacer go? Oh my god. I got two spacers here. And these cogs fell off the table, unfortunately, because of the vibrations. There you are. Okay, back to cutting. Cutting is done. We have 3 tiny bits of drill bit shank, which is good. So 1, 2, and 3. Cool. So now what we're going to do is, I'm actually going to get a hammer. Be right back. Hammer! So, now what we're going to do is we are going to actually assemble these cogs together in the correct order. These glasses off for now. And in the correct orientation as well. So that's important. So, you want the bit with the stamping side up. And you want to do it in the correct order. So, I'm going to do the 19, I think it was. Yeah, 19. Thanks for honking. 19, the 17, and we want to make sure to line up the narrow notch in the correct place as well, so it'll actually fit onto the free hub body once we get to that point. I want to make sure we line up the holes in the spacers as well. And this is going to be that way. It's going to be that way, not the wrong one. There we go. Rub off the Sharpie mark from there. Save that extra few nanograms. Alright. With the spacer, not without the spacer. Always helps. Okay. So this is all the right way around. We can double check with the spider and say that yes, it should go from the narrow to the big flat spot like that. So we're looking good. I'm going to take these and we are going to knock them in from the uncut end first. And you just want to sort of tap them to help them get through here, because they're a little bit tight in the... Will people quit honking? My God. It's a little bit tight on the plastic spacers, right? And so you just give them a little bit of a love tap to get them through here. And then hop on the next spacer. Give it a little tappy tap. Through so we get on the next cog. A little bit of a love tap there. And onto the next spacer. Again, give it a little bit of tappy tap. A little bit through there. And then onto the final cog. And we'll double check and make sure that all these are lined up correctly. And as we can see, the wide and the narrow are lined up. Now, so that's bottomed out and that's still proud of the surface. So that means we have to take a little bit of material off the top, which is not a problem. So, and we just sort of wiggle them back and forth and get the next one going through. So that one's actually pretty good. It's like basically flush. I made the second and third one a little bit longer just because I was a bit worried that it might not be perfect. But that first one was actually really like spot on. I'm getting through there. It's going to be a little bit tough on this third one. That third one is good, but the other two you can see are sitting proud. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the top cog off, I hope. Let's use this. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll take the top cog off, grind these. Hello, lizard. Hang on a second. This is important. Hello, lizard. How are you today? Are you getting enough sun in your life? Oop, oop. Goodbye, lizard. Okay, lizard break is done. So, we can see that two of these are proud and one of them is going to be the right height. And so, what we'll do is we will switch out our cutting wheel for our sanding wheel, our sanding drum, I should say, and then sand them down a little bit. And of course, this is jammed. There we go. Glasses back on. And we just want to kiss the top on here. So I'm going to bring this over here. Don't want to get it too hot or you'll melt the plastic. Check this against the cog. Doesn't really matter which way we lined it up, but we'll line up the right way anyway. And of course there's a burr on it. And it's just the end of one of the drill bits. Falling on the ground because of course it is. Move those slightly over here so that they fall less. Perfect. So, made a little bit of improvement, but we got a ways to go. Can you actually see that at all? Like, anywhere, maybe? It's kind of hard to tell on this little screen on the side here, but take my word for it, they're like still a little bit proud. And so, like that one's fine, this one's a little bit. So we'll keep on going here, sending these down. Why do people keep honking? I don't get it. So, I could have cut these a bit shorter, but I didn't. I'm going to take this first one down a little bit too, just to flatten it off. Make sure that... Why are people honking? So, we're getting there. Getting closer. Alright, we're super close now. Just need a little bit more to get it. What? Like just below the surface even? I mean, it's not that bad if it's like right at the surface. But I don't want it proud at all. And I might give this one a little bit more of a kiss as well. Just for good measure. Alright, they're almost there. It's like just a few thousandths. Like if I scrape this across here, I can still feel it on those ones. This one, maybe a little bit, actually. Thought that one was all the way down, but I guess not. I'll give them one last kiss, and they should be ready to go to sleep. So, there we have it. One perfectly pinned cassette. You feel there's nothing on the top here, on the back side, perfectly flush. And now all of these cogs are linked with each other. They've got, you know, all of this material to bear against, because, you know, the chain's only riding on one of these at a time. Now they're going to be spread across. Now the tension's going to be spread across all four, or at least 3 or 2 or whatever. But enough that it's going to make a difference, hopefully, in the lifetime of my freehub body. So, I am going to wait until I get my wheel back, because currently it's on warranty repair because the rim split. But when that gets back, I'm going to put this cassette together onto it, and it is going to hold together really beautifully now and not get chewed up, I hope. And it will be a great time. And let me get these lined up here just so I can show everything all together. So, yeah, those don't really key into each other anymore, or at all, ever, I should say anymore. Those don't really key into each other, but that is what our pinned cassette looks like. And as you can see, these four are now all wiggled together. These three on the bottom obviously do too, and then the three on the top, because they have full engagement and because they're much smaller, they don't have much leverage against the free hub body. Doesn't really matter. So this cassette is good now. Hope you enjoyed watching that. Hope you enjoy your cycling. Maybe I'll show putting this on the wheel and then show them, I don't know, whatever it is. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Alright, we're back on my patio. It is a new day, new t-shirt, new beautiful sunny sky above, and new shadows and light on my face. Sorry about that. It's from my bamboo, which is really cool, but not great for consistent lighting. Anyway, my hub has not exploded or anything. My cassette, I should say. Really, there's like a plane flying over right now. Sorry about the audio. So, my cassette is all good, and one thing I forgot to do yesterday, not yesterday, a few days ago, was get a really clickbaity thumbnail. So, I want to say that I was drilling through my cassette. We'll see how that looks. Might have to take a picture later. But yeah, I'm not using that drill bit. Anyway, let's get this bad boy out of the box and see what DT Swiss did for me. Now, that was easy. They did not replace the hub, which is actually kind of good for us because it allows me to show you guys what kind of damage we're looking at here on the hub when, excuse me. Get you a little closer. So, can you see that? So there we are. So, right here and right here, but you see, not right here, is where the sprockets are digging into the aluminum free hub body. And that says 11 Speed Road upside down. Wonder why they did that. But yeah, as you can see, let's see here. Where is the near one? Near one's there. When we put the cassette on, it is not the first one. The first one will be right there, but it is the second one down, which is the 17 tooth? 17. And I use the 17 like all the time. I don't use the 19 that much. I really don't use any of the other ones that much. I just use the 17. I don't know why I don't run single speed. Anyway, we are going to pop this together. Boy, that is so much easier with it, all in one piece. Although the remaining ones will be a little more tricky. Alright, we're going to get this on. Might as well show you guys how it goes. So that one, and that one, and oh, this looks so nice when it's clean. And the 11. Like so. And as you can see, looks like a cassette. So I'm going to start this bad boy by hand, and then I need to grab some tools because I forgot to. It also helps to not forget the spacer, which I did. Oopsie. Would have noticed that eventually. Alright, this only goes on one way, which is this way. Here we are. So yeah, it's got the little divots pointing out for some reason. I don't know why. And everything goes back on, and we pretend I didn't goof up at all. It's just our little secret. Right there. There. there, and there. If you happen to have, see, that looks much better. If you happen to have a 11-speed cassette, you don't need that spacer, and it just goes straight up against the hub. Or if you have a 10-speed specific free-ob shell, then you don't need that spacer either. Now I need more tools. Alright, torque wrench, 1/2-inch adapter, which plugs right into sort of the cassette tool. Now this says 40 Newton meters, so not foot-pounds, Newton meters. And there is a line at exactly 40.7 because they made all the notches at foot-pounds. So 40.7, I'm going to go 0.7 over because I'm a madman. Let's do it. So, get that engaged in there. Perfectly torqued. That is together, and it is beautiful, and it is lovely. We've even lined up the logo with the valve stem. That's pretty nice. I'm going to actually check the tensions on here because I never actually checked it the first time I got it, and it may have been too little tension, it may have been too much tension. I don't know what actually caused the failure here. But I'm going to learn, I'm going to find out, and I'm going to skip that because this is not wheel building, this is cassette modification. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good one.